Hi there and welcome. Today I'd like to talk with you about a mindset that will make or break you. If you go from being an employee with an employee kind of mindset to becoming or wanting to become an entrepreneur, a home business owner, could be network marketing, could be direct sales, could be any profession that you want to go into business by yourself with, then this will be helpful for you. You see, if you bring with you a mindset of being an employee, you would look at most things as a price or a cost. You would look at the price and the cost of everything you would buy or invest in. Whereas if you're a business owner, you look at the value that you will receive for that price that you pay. That's a big difference. An employee would, for example, look at how to save money in all kinds of ways to have more money left, whereas a business-minded person or a business owner would look at investing money to get bigger return on their investments. The employee mindset would look at how they trade time. If they want extra money, they would probably look for an extra job and a third job and work hard to earn more money. Whereas a business owner with that kind of mindset would probably rather look at how can I leverage my time by using or leveraging the time of other people. Or as John Paul Getty, an oil billionaire, said 100 years ago or so, he said, I'd rather have 1% effort of 100 people than using 100% of my own effort. That's the big difference. You see it in other ways too. Now, my wife and I, we have a lot of experience in building home-based businesses to the top of the ranks, to the highest levels. We're millionaires clubs. We've earned millions in this business. And we've been distributors of the year in Europe, in Germany, in Norway. We have done most of the things you can do. Why do I brag about this? It's not to brag about it. It's just for you to know that I'm not talking about something that I just read about. It's something that we have proven by results that we have done. So we know this works. We don't think it works. We know it works. So for example, we're going, both of us, with that background, with that knowledge, with that experience. And I'm 100% sure that if we go to an event and talk with a group of entrepreneurs for a day, if you were there, you would get 1 or 2 or 3 tips that you could use in your business, being sure that if you applied it, you will earn quite a good amount of money, right? I'm 100% sure of that. That would be my promise to you. Let's say the investment or the cost or the price of going to that event would be 100 euros. Now, some people would say, I cannot afford that. I cannot simply afford it. I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I say, wouldn't you be able to somehow fix it, if you find it that valuable? No, cannot find the money. And they will not go there. Because that's the employee mindset talking to them. It's pricey, it's costly. Save the money for better days. However, if the person would develop themselves personally and professionally to think more like an entrepreneur, they would not look at it that way. They would look at the 100 euros as a very cheap way of investing into themselves in order to get a huge return on investment later, as far as income is concerned. Big difference. Now, here's another interesting thing. I have experienced this personally, so I'm not talking about something that I'm making up. This is a true story. I recommended, for example, that people would come to my event, an event that I would talk for hours about my experiences and the results and how we did things, so that other people could benefit from it and learn and do the same. Now, the price for that event was 100 euros per person. And there were people who said, I simply cannot fix the money. I cannot find the money. In particular, one person said that. And I thought to myself, that's interesting, because if he came to that event, he could earn thousands of euros back. It would be a good investment, because I was thinking like an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. So I let a few minutes go, and then I came back to him and I said, listen, I have a BMW X5 standing outside. It's a year or 2 old, but it's still guaranteed worth more than 100,000 euros. More than 100,000 euros. But let's say that I was in the need of getting some money fast. And I come to you now and I'm offering you to buy that car for 10,000 euros. There's just one hook on it, and that is that I need the money within 24 hours. So the question, which is a yes or no question, and you got to answer right now, would you buy it or not? See, I've asked that question to hundreds and hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people in various seminars and all over the place when I coach and teach and mentor people to go from employees to becoming entrepreneurs. And the person said yes immediately. They said, everybody says yes to that question. Why? Because they could immediately see the value they got back, right? So I said to the person, I find this interesting because 10 minutes ago, you could not possibly find 100 euros to buy the ticket to go to the seminar that I was going to have. And now 10 minutes later, you tell me that you can get 100,000 euros. 10,000 euros to buy my car. And he said, okay, that's a no-brainer. He said, because I see the value. I see the 100,000 euros and 10,000 is cheap then. I said, okay, I understand that. Most people could calculate that pretty quickly. However, if you couldn't possibly find 100 euros, how could you possibly find 10,000? Oh, he said, I became very creative. What I thought I'll do is I go to 10 friends. I'll ask them if they could borrow me 1,000 euros each with the 100% interest within a month. I will actually give them 2,000 back if they give me 1,000 now. And I will get 10 people to do that. Even if I have to talk to 100 people within the next 24 hours, he said, I'll get the money. You will get the money, I get your car. And isn't that interesting? Because now he got creative. He paid 10,000 to me. He had to pay another 10,000 to the people he borrowed money from, meaning it would cost him 20,000 euros, but he knew that he could sell that car for 100,000 and earn 80,000, right? So that's how an entrepreneur would think. However, in the first place, he thought like an employee. But what you actually need to do is to think the same way if it's a 100 euro ticket, because if he had paid that 100 euros, gone to the seminar that I did, and that I'm going to do more of, he would definitely get advice that he could transfer into or turn into an income that may possibly be much more worth than $80,000 or euros. So that's it for today. That's a huge difference in mentality. The entrepreneur-minded person would look at it as an investment and look at the return on that investment that he will receive back. And that's it for today. I hope you got value out of this. If you did, please comment below and look at the Facebook page too. Send me some comments of what kind of value you get out of this. I'm curious to learn from you what kind of value you see in this so that we can keep putting out videos of more value to you. So drop me a comment if you like, share it with your friends, like it, do the usual things. Send me some love. Have a great time, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.